not surprisingly, gut microbes can actually regulate how much of these neurotransmitters and hormones are produced in the gut. And they can manipulate this to their own advantage by producing things that can block or stimulate the nerves in the gut. So microbes control eating behavior by influence signals that are delivered to the brain and by the vagus nerve. And two of the most important ones are dopamine and serotonin. So dopamine, associated with rewards, pleasure, compulsions. Serotonin regulates our mood, our memory, sleep, cognition. Dopamine, about half of the amount of dopamine produced in the body is produced in the gut. And some gut microbes can produce vast amounts of dopamine. And some of you may know that L-dopamine is used to treat Parkinson's disease. Serotonin is even more striking because virtually all the serotonin in the body is made in the gut. And gut microbes produce factors that can mimic or block serotonin action in the gut. And deficiency of serotonin is linked to depression. So I hope you can see that microbes, by manipulating just these two neurotransmitters, can profoundly influence our mood, behavior, whether we're anxious, whether we're relaxed, how much we sleep, how much we eat. And so linking this to a disease, this is interesting, this is a more recent study now, linking gut microbes to a disease that's called autism spectrum disorder, so autism. So we know from looking at patients' microbiotas that they're disturbed. They have alterations in the makeup of microbes, and also there are altered levels of what the microbes produce. And there's a mouse here that can develop autism-like syndrome. In particular, excessive grooming and vocalization is affected as it is in autistic children. And what this group that worked with this mouse showed that they could restore or treat this mouse by using probiotics, so live bacteria. And so the live bacteria altered the gut composition of the microbes, and it looked now more like normal animals. And this was linked to resealing of the gut. So these animals had a leaky gut, and it was the leakiness allowing these microbe-derived byproducts to get into the bloodstream and into the brain. But as soon as the barrier was improved, the leakage stopped, and it restored the normal levels that you would find in the serum, and it stopped or halted some of the features of autism. So this is animal experimentation, but it clearly shows that there could be a role for alterations in gut microbes that are linked to neurodegenerative diseases and autism in particular.